Hello, my name is Lisa. I'm a graphic designer and a full-time college student, and I'm gonna show you the process of creating an illustration for my illustration class so I can pass and graduate. I planned to work on this illustration during my spring break, and somehow I managed to get sick. But it didn't stop me from getting my shit done. This is what I'm starting with. I got to sketch out some of it during the studio time, and since this illustration is based on a previous project, I'm going to share with you the 9 illustrations I designed, and one of them is the reference for this illustration. I had fun with these, and I tried not to focus too much on the fact that I did not know what I was doing. In each of these illustrations, I messed up at least once, but I figured out a way around it and happy with the result. This illustration is my reference. It's mixed media, which is ink and watercolor. The design element is rhythm. I had such a fun process coming up with this concept for this illustration. The concept part of this illustration was done off camera since I have not decided to start a YouTube channel yet, which is totally crazy and was one of the most spontaneous things that I've done this year. I'm thinking about making a video on that. So here is the footage of me working and struggling with this illustration. I hope that you enjoy, and I will be talking even more about my process as we go on. Like with the reference, I started with the riskiest and most dangerous part, which is using the masking tape to make the brick wall. This is what messed me up last time, and spoiler alert, this time once again. You can notice how I use my nail to hammer this tape to paper, and it's super important to make sure that your tape sticks to paper all along so you won't get surprised with paint leaks the way that I did, even though I did the exact same thing that I'm talking about. When a mistake happens, you accept it and you move on. That's what I did. I thought this was a fiasco. I could not believe it because the exact same thing happened to me last time with the small version of this illustration. So finally, I decided to move on with my life and focus on illustrating the panels. This was totally out of my comfort zone because 1, I don't know how to illustrate, and 2, I never draw without a reference. So drawing the Frenchies and rabbits was actually so much fun, and using watercolor as the medium really allowed me to make it pop. You know what I mean? This illustration took me a minute to make just because I continued to add more layers to make it a bit more vibrant, and it turned out much different comparing to the smaller version in terms of color. A little bit about me is I'm a graphic design major, so I'm so used to having to constantly minimize the visuals that being able to get into the details without it taking away from my work made me so freaking happy. Also, mid-illustration, I got on a call with my friend from Ukraine and we booked our tickets. So this summer, catch me in New York, baby. If you've been to New York and you have any place recommendations, please drop them in the comments. That would be so much appreciated. Here is Bella. She is my angel and inspiration for this series. My next YouTube video might be about turning this series of illustrations into digital format. That would be so much fun. I have so many ideas and so little time. Honestly, being full-time in college and having 2 jobs and trying to maintain a sustainable lifestyle is a challenge. It's not impossible, but it did make me pick up more time management skills. During the critique, my classmates said that they liked the color on this big version. They liked the more neutral color palette, while my professor said the opposite. He liked the smaller version's color palette better. I thought that was interesting to hear different opinions, so please let me know which one you prefer better. That would mean so much to me, so I would love to hear your thought in the comments. Now I'm finishing up the artwork with ink, and overall I'm really happy with the final result. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised in a very good way because I never draw these days. As a teen, I loved drawing, but most times I would be recreating other artists' doodles and illustrations, which honestly didn't require that much skill. I never understood how you can come up with an idea and draw it, but it's exactly what I had to do in my illustration class. We are allowed to use photo references and required to formulate our own concepts and executions. Knowing that I created this entirely out of my vision and my doggies as my reference photos, I feel really good. I think the 13-year-old me would be really proud of me right now. And that is such a warming feeling. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you stick around for the next one. Bye-bye!